Welcome back. In this lesson, we will add a contact form to this landing page. Let's say we plan to use this landing page to run paid campaigns on social media or Google Ads to collect leads. In this kind of scenario, I will always add multiple call to actions, CTA, which will increase the chances of a visitor to become a potential lead. In today's lesson, we will add 3 contact forms, which is a very simple and efficient method based on my experience as a digital marketer. Ideally, if you are also planning to use this landing page for paid campaigns, then it is good to have at least a CTA in the beginning and one towards the end. I will add one of the contact forms over here, right below the header section. The second contact form, I will add it somewhere here towards the middle section of the landing page. Finally, the third contact form, I will create it right here towards the end of the landing page. Let's get started by enabling the Visual Builder. There are 2 ways to add a contact form to Divi Builder. The first method is to use Divi's contact form. If your contact form is simple with just a name, email, phone number and a message, then I suggest use Divi's contact form. In such cases, I always tend to use Divi's own contact form. The second method, if I need to create a logical contact form with Stripe or PayPal payment sort of comprehensive features, then I suggest use Contact Form 7, which is one of the most popular contact form plugins on WordPress. As you guys can see, the Contact Form 7 has 5 million plus active installations. The popularity speaks for itself. For this class, we will use Divi's own contact form as it is simple to collect name, email, phone number and message. Divi's own contact form is more than capable for this job. Let's start by adding a new section right after the hero section. Click on the blue plus button. Now you might be wondering, what is the difference between adding a row or a section? A section can contain multiple rows. Let's say you want to add a section of our products or services. You could add a section and multiple rows about your different type of products and services. A row can contain single or multiple modules that can be in any section. In our case, we will add a section right below the hero area where I will create the contact form. To do so, click on the blue plus button to add a new section. From here, add a regular section. Regular will basically cover the centered area of the landing page. I will select a single column row, then search for a contact form. Select the contact form. This is the default form which contains name, email and message. I will also add the phone number field here to collect phone numbers from this form. Click on the plus icon to add a new field. Let's call it phone, and the field title should be phone number, which will be displayed to the visitor. Afterwards, click on the field options. Under the field options, I will change the allowed symbol from all to numbers only. That means it will only accept digits as we are collecting numbers, which is fine, and if a visitor tries to type a name or any letter, the form will give an error. Now let's move the phone field above the message. Simply click and drag it above the message field. Now our form looks good. We have the name, email, phone number and message. That's all we need. I will also add the weekly fitness packages. Remember that I created earlier. We have 3 different packages: youth, adult and sport. Let's scroll up to the form and I will add new package field to it. Click to add a new field. The field ID we will set it as package. Title is which will be seen on the front end, so we will say select package. Let's set this as a drop down menu. Open field options. I will change the type from input field to select drop down. Once I set it to select drop down, now I need to add the drop down options. So the options we have are youth, adult and sport. Let's add them one by one. Youth, adult, and sport. Make sure the required field is turned to yes, which means the users have to fill in or select one of these options to submit the form. Save the changes. I will drag the package field above the message as well. Perfect, the contact form looks complete now. Now let's decorate the form to make sure the form looks part of this layout. Navigate to the Design tab. Under the Design tab, we will add borders to all these fields. If you notice, when I bring the mouse to the field settings, a blue highlighted field appears around it, which tells that we are about to edit a particular section of a form. Let's open the border settings and add a border to all the fields. Let's select the border color first. I will change it to orange color because it matches the layout. Once done, then I will increase the input border width to 1%. Great, I think now it looks much better. Let's change the field border color to the theme layout color. To do so, save the changes first. Head over to any module where you can see the theme color. In this case, I will open the button module settings. Navigate to the Design tab. Open the button settings. Scroll down. Here we can see the button background color. Let's copy the color code of this color. Click on the settings. On the left, we can see the color code. Select and copy the color code. Now, once we have copied the color code, undo the settings of the button module. Open the form module settings. Navigate to the Design tab. Open border settings. Here, I will change the input border color. Open the color settings and I will replace the current color code with the one that we just copied. Perfect. Now it looks more synced with the theme layout color. I will also update the button color to make it look more seamless. Open the module settings and navigate to the Design tab. Open the button settings. Enable the custom style for button. Here I will add the button color. I will add the same color code that I just copied earlier. So the idea is to make sure your overall theme layout looks seamless. Same colors, you don't want to add different colors to it, so that will make it look more disturbing to the visitors. Paste the theme color code here. Alright, now next we will change the button text color. Let's scroll up. I will change the button text color to white. Good, now looks more readable and better. Further, I will add button shadow. I guess this one looks much better. Let's select it. We still need to change the button border color. But before that, since we are here, we will also change the color. Let's change it to theme color like the above one. Click on the color settings and paste the theme layout color code. Looks much better now. Further, scroll up and I will change the button border color to transparent. At this point, we are done with adding a contact form and styling it. Now we will configure and add the email details on how we want to receive this particular form information and the email address we will use. Open the contact form module settings. Scroll down and add a title to contact form. I will add the text "Contact us." Further, click on email settings. Over here, we will fill in the email address that we want to receive the emails to from the landing page. Let's say this is your own email at gmail.com. Of course, in real scenario, you will add your own or client's email address. The message pattern is very important. If it's not set right, you won't receive emails. In message pattern, I will add the field IDs in between percentage signs. Here it says that you can define the custom pattern for the email message fields should be included in following format. So this should be the format that we are using. For example, if you want to include the field with ID phone, write and so on. Without further ado, let's start filling in the message pattern area. Usually I start with the email body, that this email is from www.ptmyvisa.my website. It is easy to know that I'm receiving the email from the following domain. In case your email is set to receive emails from multiple domains, visitor details, like the name, email, phone number, package and message. Make sure every detail is on the new line. Now I will fill in the field IDs. Always remember the field IDs will be in between percentage signs. It's 2 percentage signs, then the field ID and again 2 percentage signs. This is the format of Divi's contact form. Similarly, we will fill in the rest. One of the keynote here is to make sure your field ID spelling is accurate. Otherwise, you won't receive that particular field information if someone fills in the form. You can find and cross-check the field IDs from each field settings. Scroll up all the way and click on each field settings to check the field ID. Here we can see that the field ID for the name is name. Similarly, we will also check the other field IDs as well. So if we go to the email settings, the email field ID is email. Likewise, you can check the remaining field IDs and make sure all the spellings and the names are correct. Once done, scroll down to the message pattern again. Then in the last line, I will add in end. This is one of the sample, the way I fill in the message pattern section. You may choose your own way. Just make sure as long as the field IDs are correct, the remaining message does not matter. So that's why it is very important that you carefully fill in the message pattern. Towards the end of message pattern, I always add domain name again. It's easy to differentiate that you have received this lead from a specific domain. That's all. Save the settings. At this stage, the form is complete. Now what I will do is to add the form below in the landing page. Here's the best part, that I don't need to recreate the contact form again. I can simply save this form to the library and import it to the below section. This saves tons of time if you are working on a big project. Let's save this contact form to the library. Click on this icon. I will give it a name, for example CTA1. Below we have two more settings, Save to Divi Cloud and Save as Global. Save to Divi Cloud will save the layouts on your cloud account. If you're working on different websites, you can always click to download these layouts from your Divi Cloud, so you don't have to recreate them on a new project, and it saves tons of time. Whereas Save as Global lets you save any layout globally under your account. Let's say you have the same contact form on 3 different pages and it is set as global. And if you make changes to one of the contact forms, the changes will apply to rest of the forms automatically. Any layout that is set as global, the section highlight borders will turn green. Let's try. Later I will disable it. Click on Save to Library. Here, if you notice, now this section turned from blue color to green, so you can easily identify global sections. If I make any changes here, the changes will apply to the remaining contact forms wherever I place them. Let's add the same contact form below, and this time I don't have to recreate the whole contact form again. Scroll down. I will add the second contact form here. Remember, we create the contact form in a section. Now we will import the contact form from a library. Click on the blue Add Section button. Here, switch to the other tab. Click on Add from Library. Perfect. I can see that CTA1 that I saved earlier. Select it. Over here, click on Use this section to import the contact form. There we go. Just saved all the time by not creating new form from scratch. Now we have the contact form on 2 places on the landing page. I will add it one more time towards the end of the landing page. click on the blue plus icon to add new section. Then click on Add from Library. Select the CTA1. Click on Use this section. Great! At this stage, I've added 3 contact forms to this landing page. As I was mentioning the save as global and how the changes apply across all the modules. Let's change the title of the last contact form from Contact Us to Contact Us Now. You will notice the changes will apply automatically to the remaining 2 forms. If I scroll up, we can see the changes apply here as well. Let's undo the changes. Now I will save the changes and exit the Visual Builder to see how the landing page looks like and overall the contact forms. Perfect. If I scroll down, we have our first contact form. And then if I further scroll down, we have our second contact form over here. And finally, the last one towards the end. That's all for this lesson. In the next lesson, I will link all the buttons to the contact forms. See you guys in the next lesson.